Hello, my name's Unnati Dasgupta, and I'm a singer, songwriter, and I've been working with Alex for a number of years. We met quite a while ago. How many years ago?
I'm not telling.
And we have developed a lot of really unique music that fuses Indian music, Indian classical, with Latin jazz, and we call it Indo-Latin.
Great. Have you got stuff recorded?
Yes, I released an album in 2019, or actually 2020, and Alex has produced some of the tracks on there. We performed some of them today at the Pizza Express Jazz Club, and yeah, people loved it.
Oh yeah, I can vouch for that. I was there, yeah.
Hello, my name is Omar Rios. I am 27 years old. I started to play guitar. I'm a guitarist composer, and I started to play guitar when I was 11 years old. I started with classical guitar. Then I was 15. I started to play electric guitar and looking for different styles like jazz, flamenco, blues. For me, it's a huge honor to be part of the London Latin Jazz Festival and play with Alex Wilson. Was an amazing experience for me, and also share music with Unnati, Dasgupta, Dimitri Christopoulos, and Elvin Sanz. So it's an amazing experience for me.
Can I ask you one question? Who did you look up to as a guitarist when you were growing up?
Okay, when I was a child, I remember one uncle of mine gave me a tape of Paco de Lucia and Pepe Romero, classical Spanish guitarists. And when I heard and listened all those masterpieces, was like my mind blowing. And I thought like, okay, I want to play like Paco.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just
Good man.
currently in heaven now because I've got these two fantastic guests. And you know, we can talk about styles and collaborations, and I've spent my whole career doing that. But what I take away from this evening is the energy that we got on stage. You know, Unnati just looks at me and I play a thing, and then you respond. And there's just that energy flow which transcends, ideally, transcends the notes, the technical skill, and it's just really a transmission of energy between performers, stage, the audience back. And the same with Omar. This is the first time we only met yesterday for the first time, and we performed today for the first time. And the same thing, you know, you're different accents of the same language, you know, the Latin Spanish accent and the classical Indian, semi-classical Indian accent, but it's all about transference of energy in the
You've done collaborations with some great artists. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Well, yes, quite a lot. I mean, one of our points of connection actually is my work with Rodrigo and Gabriela, two Mexican guitarists, and I think they were also like an influence of yours.
Yeah, definitely. They are a huge influence of mine because I like the thing that they create a fusion between Latin music and also with some rock vibe.
Left, right.
So it's very interesting project.
And you know, they're hard workers. They've just done a Snarky Puppy cover, and you know, they don't come from a background of jazz. In fact, they flew me over 2 years ago to give them jazz workshops, and I spent a week giving them one-on-one jazz workshops. And then 2 years later, they've transcribed, learnt the Corey Henry keyboard solo and played it on the guitar. I mean, that's just dedication. It's devotion. And I walked into Rodrigo's studio and he was learning a Mozart concerto and learning, you know, just orally learning all the different parts and playing them in to his Pro Tools. I mean, the dedication and the commitment, not only the talent,
it's talent,
you know,
isn't it?
it's the commitment and the time and everything. And I guess that's, you know, there's a lot of people I've collaborated with, but it's the commitment. I was playing with Orlando Poleo, a very famous Venezuelan conga player, 2 weeks ago. And there was a masterclass, and I went to watch the masterclass, and there was a student who said, so what's more important, talent or, you know, perseverance and commitment? He said, perseverance and commitment. And he said, you know, you practice something for 2 minutes? No. Practice it for 10 minutes, the same 4 notes for 10 minutes, and don't stop. And then, you know, 10 minutes doesn't seem like very long, but actually when you play the same 4 notes over and over again for 10 minutes, first it seems like longer, then you get into sort of trance, and then before you know it, the 10 minutes over. But those people who are able to get over that barrier of flitting around, and I'm kind of talking to myself as well, you know, self-critical, but they're flitting around different things and different challenges and everything, and just going, right, there's one thing I have to do, and I have to do that. And I get the impression you're, you know, because he almost in his 20s, I'm 50.
You're 50?
Yeah, well, we'll be in 2 months' time.
God, you're wearing well, man. I tell you.
Yeah, he looks
No,
young, right?
much younger. 35?
But thank you very much.
At least.
But the when you're in your 20s, and you know, maybe there's no children, there's no the mortgage and all that sort of thing, you know, and that commitment, and I think you have it, you know, 4 or 5 hours a day, you know, and I can't do that all the time because I have children and family responsibilities, but to be surrounded by someone is so inspiring, isn't it?
Yeah, in my case, it's just enjoy the fact that I can practice like more than 3 or 4 hours, and just practice because I enjoy the process.
Yes.
Because it's not about, okay, I need to practice.
get this done.
You enjoy what you're doing,
no,
you love it.
and also play guitar nowadays is kind of necessity in my life. I just grab the guitar and start playing, and I can't stop it.
And also, practice is a process of exploration. You're exploring yourself, you're exploring your playing, you're exploring your inner search, your inner kind of, you know, that inner world. When you practice, it comes out, you know, so it's also nourishing your soul.
Yeah, part of you is coming out as well, isn't it? That's
Yeah.
you, man. Yeah. You blew me away tonight, I have to say that. I thought you were just amazing there.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Have you got anything coming up? Any gigs coming up?
There's always stuff, isn't there? You know, I mean, I'm just setting up a gig in the Maldives for New Year's Eve, playing the Maldives with a reggae project I'm putting together.
Wow.
So I did the private island 2 years ago, and I'm going back this December to play.
Look at you, man.
Yeah, but it will have taken 12 months to set up the 100 minutes of playing. You know, I mean, the kind of time investment, effort is huge, and then people just see the concert, and why should they bother? I mean, you order a meal, you don't go, oh, how long has the chef taken to, you know, do this or whatever. So it's not necessarily a complaint, but this music and this job is extremely time intensive. So it sounds really glamorous to play in the Maldives, and it is, but it will take a year's worth of work.
Can you tell us who's playing?
Project, yeah.
Can you tell us who's performing?
Oh, well, yeah, it's Rodrigo Rodriguez, a Colombian rapper and singer. Aquila Fearon, who's sung with me, she's a soul singer. Edwin Sands, who played tonight, he's coming. Leon Duncan, who's a Monty Alexander's bass player, very, very good. And musician, again, a guitarist I've never met before yet. Luca Bociccio. I think that's his name. I've checked on the passport, but he comes highly recommended. So by about 3 people. So like, okay, I'll go for it. And we'll rehearse before, and their standard reggae and calypso things. And
Brilliant, man. Well, guys, thank you so much. Much appreciated.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.